Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Rachel Archelaus here, founder of the Intuitive Art Academy. And today I want to talk about working for yourself. I was a part-time psychic intuitive artist for about 7 years before I ventured into the idea of having an actual business and trying to see if I could make this my full-time thing. I was working as an admin for various companies over those 7 years and really just showing up on Saturdays to this wellness center and doing walk-in readings. I would average about $300 to $500 a month during that time. And obviously that's not enough to supplement my entire income. It was fun money, like it was great for what it was, but I got to the point where I was realizing that that wasn't growing on its own, and I didn't know what to do to change that. I didn't know how to really approach this any differently. So I didn't know what I didn't know, and then I ventured into the world of online business and marketing, and whoa, like so much new material. It took me a while to find a teacher I liked, to find what I needed to know. And just there was so much to it that was really over my head before I jumped in. And I spent lots of money learning all this stuff. And luckily, I found my own way through it, finding what would work for me and then ignoring a lot of the stuff that didn't work for me. I found over the years that there are all of these guru type business coaches that say, just do this, this works, this is fine, and this is how I made all my money. I took a bunch of those classes and I realized that if I just did it their way, it absolutely didn't work. I had to find out how to make it my own and adjust it to me so that it felt authentic and exciting and inspiring. And that's when I really started to see traction. What I want to talk about today is how to go from that part-time to making more if that's what you want to do. I'll tell you the 3 things that really changed everything for me, and you can see if they resonate with you. Run it through your system first, do some intuitive art on it, and at the end, I'll share with you our business training in case you want to look into it. The first thing that really helped me go from part-time to full-time is having recurring revenue. Whether that is a coaching client that's paying you monthly, or for me, in my case, it was a program that people were on a payment plan for. That's when I started to see money rolling in every month without me having to make an individual sale at each point when the money was coming in. I made one sale and then the money came in a bunch of times. Now, of course, some people paid in full, which was awesome, but I found that for the program that I was running at that time, most people were on the payment plan, and it was such a remarkable thing that now the income I was making monthly was showing up every single month without me having to do more. That was really a shift for me to see what is possible in business and why you might want to price things a little bit more. So for example, I could have taught $100 class each of those months and maybe made the same amount. But instead, I had a $500 group program that I sold in December and people kept paying for through June. Of course, I kept showing up in my business. It's not like I just sold things and then said peace out, but it was less stressful for sure. I continued enrolling people into that program, so the money didn't just stop, it just kept rolling along. Having a place for me to put more of my self, like showing up on Q&A calls, giving my wisdom in courses or worksheets or whatever I was doing at the time. That felt really secure too. So it wasn't just me like spitting out things here and there in different classes. It was in an organized place, and it felt comfortable, and I loved the consistency, and so did my people. It helped them focus more on what they really wanted. Okay, so the first one was consistent income. Have something with a payment plan where you get recurring revenue month over month, and that you can continue to enroll people in, so you can kind of settle in, settle down somewhere and relax into what it is that you want to do. It makes a huge difference when you're starting out in business rather than trying to do a million things at once. Okay, number 2, how I made my part-time income full-time was I chose a marketing channel. Now, I didn't even know what marketing was before all of this business training that I took. In fact, my first business coach told me that we should be spending like 70 to 90% of our time on marketing. And at that point, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing in all of those hours of the day. But I ended up taking another class, and I realized, to me, marketing is just sharing. It's giving people an opportunity to see what I do and who I am. And I decided to do videos. I started a YouTube channel in 2012, and I knew instinctively that I would be pretty bad at first, and I was just, my first video is still up. I'm just sitting in a chair, like way back in the middle of the room, and talking really slowly, looking down. But the content was good, and I kept going. I knew I would get better as I went along, and so I did. I just kept going, talking about intuition and psychic development and what it was like to be a medium and start a business, and things just took off from there. I still don't have a ton of subscribers. I have more people on my email list than I do subscribing to me on YouTube, but I did successfully use it to get clients and students. People would find me, they'd watch my videos, and they would sign up for the things that I was doing, and they would join my email list so that we could keep in touch. That was really my goal with my YouTube from the start. I wasn't looking to be a YouTube star, to have millions of subscribers, even though, sure, that would be cool. But it did help funnel people into what I was doing. I didn't even monetize my channel because I was really just making videos to embed on my blog so that people were really seeing me on my website where all of my information was. So that's it, I love doing videos, and it really helped people to get to know me and see me and like me and trust me. I've also had a lot of success with guest posting on other people's blogs, doing podcast interviews, having my own podcast. Really, it's about what you enjoy. What is interesting to you? What would you like to try out? It's helpful to have an outlet so that you can share what you love with the world, and so people can find that and then connect with you. So nowadays, you can even just do Twitter, you can just do Instagram, you can just do Facebook, you can just do anything that you want to do, TikTok even. You don't have to spread yourself too thin, you can focus on one thing, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming, but it really does help. It's not even necessary to have an outlet if you're only working with referrals, but to get those first clients and to even just have a sense of self-expression in your business, it's really nice to have a marketing channel that works for you. And it absolutely did help me go from part-time to full-time. So I've been talking about it all this time here, but the thing that really helped me go from part-time to full-time was making the decision to do it and then getting the training to make it happen. I'd been doing my services for a few years, but I wasn't really making it a business until I learned how to have a business. There were just so many things I didn't know how to do. I didn't know how to really take payment online. I didn't know how to package anything. I didn't know how to make a course. I didn't know anything. I just knew that I wanted to see if it was possible, and I invested lots and lots and lots of money in it. And it was all worth it, every single penny. I mean, even the teachers I ended up not liking, the teachers that taught me something I didn't really use after that, all of it was special and informative, and I made so much money off of meeting people in those classes who became my clients. I still have clients to this day after all this time who pay me, and I met them back then. So all of it was worth it, just even doing it for the networking. And I have to say, like, I just look back so fondly on beginner Rachel because I was so studious, taking it all in. A lot of it was over my head and, at times felt overwhelming or intimidating, but I went back to that years later. In fact, one of the biggest things that I do in my business is having evergreen courses. And I learned that from my very first business coach, where I didn't even know what an opt-in page was. And yet here she was teaching evergreen courses, and that's what became the Intuitive Art Academy. So, I mean, I can joke about how some of them were or weren't what I wanted, but every single drop of information that came out of those teachers' mouths really helped me because I got to see what a successful business was like. It was being modeled to me by my teachers, and also just meeting the people in the class and learning what everybody had to say was invaluable. All of it helped me on my path to being here and supporting myself full time and supporting other people too. We've got a big team now, which I love working with other people after doing this solo for so many years. So the sky's the limit for you. You can turn anything that you love into a business, and it doesn't have to be super overwhelming or intimidating if you just go step by step and you run everything through your own filter, right? Go through your own intuition, use intuitive art to help you navigate things, and you can totally succeed. Speaking of intuitive art, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we do teach all the business things that you need to know to succeed, whether you want to do it part-time or full-time, inside the Intuitive Art Academy certification course. If you look at our info page, you'll see that there are 3 tiers. And if you go for the full program, which is the middle tier there that you'll see in the chart, we teach you everything you need to know to work with clients, to get coaching or intuitive counseling packages sold, to create your own course, your very own services. All the things that you need to succeed online are there. You even get 2 private hours with me to help you streamline and make what you are constructing the very, very best and most aligned and authentic thing that it can be for you. And that is like worth the whole price of tuition. So if you are thinking about making more money online or getting started, definitely go check that out and consider it. We have an absolutely spectacular program that over delivers and helps you succeed no matter where you're starting from. So that's it for now, guys. Lots and lots of love. I will talk to you soon. And don't forget to subscribe.